Okay, for English, we have cloud, glance, bee, perambulator, and poison ivy. And I love the word perambulator. It's just so orgasmic. If anything can get me turned on, it's just the sound of beautiful words. So thank you, Eddie. We have perambulator in the story, and the story is about the land of clouds and how clouds became white. And at first, all the clouds were different colors. They were red, they were green, they were blue, they were purple, yellow, and orange. And they were really vain, and they were really, really proud of their colors and how they looked like. And that was also a huge source of conversation of whose blue was the bluest, whose green was the greenest, whose yellow was the yellowest, and so forth. And they lived in this realm of clouds in the heaven above, as one expects of clouds to do. And then one of the clouds' females, who was this dark, lush green, poison ivy colored lady who was really, really impressive to all the other green and blue hue clouds. It was her time to deliver a baby cloud, and everyone was so excited, so eager to see what would this baby be like. Would it be blue or turquoise or green, or which shades would it come out as? Because this poison ivy green that she had was really a source of jealousy and pride and inspiration to all the other clouds. And then the day came when she opened up herself and delivered this baby cloud, put him in the perambulator, and pushed him around the sky village for everyone to see. And as she approached these people, as they saw this cloud baby in the perambulator, a silence fell. And they didn't know how to react, so they just pretended not to notice. They just threw a sideward glance and scattered about their business. Because this cloud, this so expected precious baby cloud, was neither black or was neither blue or red or green or yellow. It was white. And that felt so wrong to the people, to the cloud people, and they were so pitying this poor mother who was such dark poison ivy green and gave birth to a white cloud, because it was the color that was most appreciated, it was most cherished in the cloud realm, and they didn't know how to react. So to them it felt it would be better to be a bee among bears than to be a white cloud among colored clouds. And this baby soon grew up from the pram and realized that as a white cloud, it had no proper value, no proper respect in this society, because it was neither blue nor gray nor yellow nor green nor orange. It was white. And this lack of color made it really, really disrespected, made it a misfit, an outcast. And the more it grew, the more it felt this disconnection with the colored fellow beings. The more sadness and grief and pain and this lead of sadness it felt in its soul, in its heart. And then one terrible thing happened. Not only was it white, but through this sadness, through this feeling of inadequacy, it became gray. And that was another source of gossiping and pity for the cloud folks, because this dark green poison ivy mother now having a gray child, that felt so terrible, and they pitied her, and they all pretended not to notice this gathering. But the cloud, this now gray cloud, still felt isolated, ostracized, and as the sadness grew, he felt something wet and soft inside, and he started to cry. And this was the first time that the rain fell from the sky. And of course, this wasn't a silent crying, this was a really loud, wailing, crying, bitter expression of agony. And everyone came to see what this noise was, because they'd never heard. And not only the clouds, but also the sun came to see and as the sun focused the gaze on this crying cloud, the sun rays fell through the cloud's tears and created a rainbow, which was neither red nor orange nor yellow nor green nor blue nor purple, but all of these colors. And when the other colored clouds saw this beautiful arch just rising across the entire sky, and all the colors they so admired and loved coming from these white cloud tears, they just couldn't believe, and they went there and they surrounded the cloud, and then they felt ashamed for having judged him, and they felt envy, for they had only been and had one color all their life. And they realized if they ever wanted to make something as beautiful as the white cloud could make with his tears, they would have to join in groups of 6 and then melt into one and then cry and let their mascaras fall and like make this rainbow. And there is that's what happened. So now all the clouds gathered and they were crying and they let their colors fall, and that's how more and more clouds became white. But the difference is you can now see when there's a rainbow in the sky, that's when the clouds gather and cry. But when there's a double rainbow, that means it's original white cloud tears, because they are more precious and they are more pristine, and they're just really this cooperation of the sun and the tears. And because this so much has changed for this white cloud through time, his tears now became tears of joy, tears of relief, and that's why these rainbows became more and more precious. So that's the story of how of these clouds. And Eddie, these were really difficult words, thank you, but I'd prefer something more easy in the future. I have 2 more keyword sets for the next 2 days, but for the days 3 and on, I'm eager to get some more. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow at 6.